So the Mittler Rebbe brings a wonderful parable about the idea of tshuva, the Bal-Teshuva, and in comparison to the Tzadik, and why the Bal-Teshuva is greater. And it's in Maimori Ad Moimtzoi, Nevim Uksuvim, Yeshayahu, on the pasuk V'yasvu Anavim B'Havaya Simcha, that the Tzadikim will, the Anavim, the humble ones, will gather in joy for Hashem. V'yonei Adam, and the impoverished amongst men, Kadosh Yisrael Yagilu, will rejoice in the Holy One of Israel. Now, really, that's a higher level. And the parable is of a rich man and a poor man. The rich man, he worked hard and he gathered real riches, and so he has two things, Osher v'chavod. He has the actual riches that he worked for, that he rightly deserves and richly deserves, and also the fact that he worked for it and he accomplished. He feels his accomplishment through all his hard work. And that's like the Tzadik, who really does get great reward and divine revelation and closeness to Hashem, and he really did work for it and feels good about his accomplishments. But the poor man is like the Bal-Teshuva. Now, what's the poor man? The poor man gets a coin. He's given tzedakah, and he didn't work for it. He gets it for free. So he doesn't feel good about that work that he did. And also the amount that he gets is just a small coin. He doesn't get very much. But the idea is that this is like the Bal-Teshuva. The Bal-Teshuva, he just did tshuva. He aziva sachet. He no longer will do this sin. That's like a small coin in comparison to the great spiritual riches that are in potential. And but what's the pleasure? Who has a greater pleasure? Who had deeper pleasure? A deeper simcha? The Tzadik or the Bal-Teshuva? And the difference is that the Bal-Teshuva rejoices in the being that he's able to live, whereas the rich man, the Tzadik, his joy is in more is in giluim, so to speak, revelations, not the essence itself, but revelations, and his own accomplishment, the revelations that he's brought down, the godliness that he's brought down. But the poor man, when he gets a coin and it can now eat something, it's the difference between life and death. And he now is alive in comparison to now before he wasn't alive. So the Bal-Teshuva is rejoicing in the fact that he has a closeness to the king, whereas before he was far away. And the rich man, he's rejoicing in the greater and bigger lights that he has, and therefore the Bal-Teshuva reaches higher. And he says that this is also in the likeness of a father and a small child who figure something out, and a father and a wise son. The small child, when the small child figures something small out, the father rejoices on a deeper level than the father whose son just is through his own intellect is able to understand a deep idea. It's that treasure of the small child that is in comparison to the Bal-Teshuva, who is able to overcome and stand up and say, I'm no longer going to do that, and treasure that closeness to the king that he accomplished.